There's a little over 360,000 people who live within Transnistria today, and Russia has maintained a permanent troop deployment of around 1,500 soldiers to the territory, which led to the Council of Europe ruling in 2022 that Transnistria was legally Moldovan territory under Russian military occupation. And that, of course, is not the only territory to have fallen under that classification recently. As the Soviet Union was disintegrating in the 1990s, two ethnic minorities in the Soviet Republic of Georgia, the Abkhaz and the Ossetians, began fighting against the Georgian government for their own independence as well. They were both directly supported by the Russian government that resulted in both of their de facto independences. The war in Abkhazia across 1992 and 93 was especially brutal, with as many as 30,000 people killed throughout the conflict, and severe human rights abuses that were perpetrated by every side involved, and ended with a mass ethnic cleansing campaign of the territory's ethnic Georgians that saw around 250,000 of them get expelled out of Abkhazia into the rest of Georgia. Later in 2008, fighting between these separatist-controlled regions and the Georgian government flared up once again, which led to the Russian army launching a full-scale invasion of Georgia that saw the entirety of Abkhazia and South Ossetia both falling under Russian military occupation, or protection depending on your point of view again, with Russia harking back to the precedent set by NATO's intervention into Kosovo against Serbia to justify its own intervention into Abkhazia and South Ossetia against Georgia. Russia has since gone on to legally recognize Abkhazia and South Ossetia's independence, has established military bases throughout both of them, and has increasingly integrated both territories ever closer to Russia both economically and politically, which has led to Georgia, along with the EU, Turkey, Ukraine, the US, UK, Canada, Australia, China, Japan, and the UN, to all formally classify the territories as being under Russian military occupation, which represents roughly 20% of Georgia's internationally recognized territory as under Russian occupation.